I'm back from GenCon. I had such a good time. Please excuse my voice being a little rough and gravelly. I did a lot of talking. I'm exhausted, and I'm just thankful that I didn't lose my voice. So I keep saying it was a good week instead of a good weekend because I arrived on Wednesday in Indianapolis around noonish. I rode up with Jess and Nikki, and we got to the Queen's Game booth, and we worked our butts off. So not only was it me, Jess, and Nikki, we had James, we had Emma, we had Michael, we had Travis, and Rajiv even flew in to Indianapolis to have a good week with us. Um, we sold mystery boxes like crazy. Obviously, we had our regular games as well. Star Explorer was a hit over the weekend. I wore my Galaxy dress again, and that was always fun to hear what people had to say about it. My Galaxy print dress matches our box artwork almost identically. Not an accident. I did it on purpose, of course. And I love seeing people get excited for that. It's a great game, but aesthetically, it is just hot right now because it's pretty. The mystery boxes, wonderful deal. We ended up selling them for $50 each, but there were 5 or 6 games in each one, and that is such a good deal. Games such as New York City from the Feld Collection, Alhambra Red Palace, Kokopele, Runestones, Scrap Racer, Copenhagen, and the Copenhagen Roll and Write were in there. Helsinki was in there. They were a hit, but it was lots of boxing things from the day we got there on Wednesday until loadout last night. We had to rearrange some box stuff. So this is my recap video from Gen Con. I'll also post a little bit of footage that I took in the hallways and such, and I want to show you guys what I brought in. I went into Gen Con saying that I'm not going to bring anything home. Did not want to bring home anything at all. I always come home with bags full of stuff, and I have plenty of games. I am trying to be more selective in what I bring home, but I'm weak. So I did get a couple items while I was in Indy this weekend. Um, I always get a good plush, so I've got my Nessie plushie. I found the perfect hair clips. They're from the Color Spray Creations. Show you guys that a little bit better. I try really, really hard not to bring home stuff just because it's for the Emperor. This is by Whitney that was on the Women's Game Design Retreat that Adam hosted at the Gamers Ranch in Missouri. She's the designer from Charcuterie, so I definitely wanted to get that. I picked up some sleeves because I'm a nerd. It was one of the coolest gifts. Steal the Bacon. It is a very quick game. It says you can play it in 10 minutes, and it's ages like 7 and up. So it'll be a fun little party game. I did end up getting the one item I couldn't live without. Battle of Hoth. So Battle of Hoth is the Memoir 44 system. If you're familiar with that, it came with some promos such as these structure miniatures, a pin, and they all came in a tote bag. So when I went up to their booth, they asked if I wanted to be light or dark side. Obviously, I said light side and explained what the Rebel Legion is and what I do with the Rebel Legion. They're doing some kind of promotion with Board Game Arena, and they gave me a flyer and a pin. I'm pretty familiar with it already, but I thought that was cool. I picked up a couple t-shirts. I try so hard not to buy stuff while I'm out, but Liliana Vess, because I love her. And then there was a Roll with the Punches t-shirt. So you just never have enough cool stuff to wear at cons. This one's kind of heavy. War of the Ring. It's already been broken open. I am pumped to actually own a copy of this now. It's a game that I've been interested in for a long time, but I've been wanting to get my own copy. Now I do. I was gifted this character. Jenna brought it over from Inside Up Games. So Inside Up Games has a draft and write records game, and their illustrator drew me. He also drew Travis and Emma and brought them over, and we got a group photo, and it was super duper cool. On Thursday, I gave blood because the American Red Cross was doing a blood drive in the Lucas Oil Stadium. It was super duper cool. They gave us a t-shirt. They had a game made based on your blood type. I thought that was pretty interesting. Um, Finally got my hands on a deluxe big box Merlin, and I cannot wait to crack this thing open. So I already know how to play Merlin, but I've not played it with all the expansions. And I would like to do a learn to play event here soon. So I'm actually going to do it out as a public one where I can have people attend, but I'm going to be videoing it and bring all of you along with me. So I think that's going to be super fun. Trying to get more events going on in our area and that sort of thing, and obviously promoting Queen Games every opportunity I have. Um, as always, Gen Con was a blast. I say that after every event that I've had a great time, but this time it was special. I spent so much time with my friends, having the time of our lives. It was good to see everyone, it was good to goof off. It was hopping from Thursday until Sunday evening. I don't think we ever took a break. Even though Thursday I went to bed pretty early because I'd given blood and got tired. Like I got up the next morning, went to the exhibit hall early, walked around, visited the Warhammer booth because they're always super duper packed and I can't get in there and see anything while they're open. I ended up running into Joe Manganiello and I gave him directions to a booth. It was my pleasure. It was wonderful getting to actually speak to him. That was a goal for the weekend. He's got that game expansion that he just put out, so I was pretty pumped to see him. The crew went, or most of the crew went to hang out at our friend Jim's on Friday night. He has a really cool setup with a balcony, and we could overlook the city and goof off. It was nice to get to hang out with everybody and spend some quality time with them. Shenanigans were top tier on Saturday. We went to the club again. After the exhibit hall closed, I went to the Man vs. Meeple event just to stop by and show our support for David, Travis's friend. Then we went to get dinner at this really cool place called The Ball and the Biscuit. They had amazing snacks. It was more tapas than dinner, but the drinks, the food, everything was perfect. It had a really cool speakeasy vibe. After that, most of the crew went to the club to hang out with some of the women I know that work there, and we had a really good time. I filmed the Nicki Minaj challenge video on Friday and went a bit viral. That was a pretty fun experience. I had someone come by while I was doing it, and they actually bought the box. I joked about it being a little bit more expensive while I was doing it. Obviously, I didn't charge more for it, but it was cool that I got to meet people and they got to see me goofing off, and I've got tons and tons of views from that. I'm getting some followers, and my traction is gearing up a little bit. So that's been fun to see how that works. Watching the insights and analytics behind it, I cannot believe how much fun I had. I can't believe how tired I am. I'm having like brain fog today, just absolute exhaustion. My arms are sore from boxing up stuff and loading pallets, getting everything carried out. But I I can't thank everyone enough for all the fun and support I had this weekend. I loved getting to see everyone that it's been a while. There's some friends I only get to see once a year at Gen Con. I had such a good time, and I can't thank everyone enough for visiting, hanging out, stopping by the booth to give me a hug or take a quick selfie. I met lots of really cool people, and I can't wait to continue to talk. I did show off my prototype. I talked to a couple of people, and things are looking good. I've got a very positive outlook on how this is gonna go. Sunday morning, I had an impromptu meeting that I was not expecting, and I think it's pretty pretty cool and positive update to come that I don't want to speak on too much until I've got some more stuff secured and final, but I'm excited about that. Sundays are always super busy and hectic running around. There's trades, there's giveaways, there's making deals, so it was a lot. I'm really thankful that I got to go. I got to experience things the way I did. and I'm going to rest the rest of the day. I'm going to take a nap, try to drink some hot tea and rest my voice and get prepped for the rest of the week. I'm going to get this edited and posted soon, and hopefully I'll have some more content coming for you guys with these games. But thank you for watching. Hope you guys are having a great day.